Hello, this is Dr. Karina Lopez from Vitalist Healing Traditions, and on this channel, we speak about holistic medicine, ancient diagnostic principles, and praxis to help inspire, educate, and heal families. So if you love some more videos, please like and subscribe to our channel right now. Now today, we are welcoming Dr. Hannah Gale, a very special friend of mine who is visiting me here in Pelion, Greece. Dr. Gale and I met at Naturopathic Medical School. She's a former Waldorf teacher and would always talk about her model of education with children. It inspired me so much that today I utilize parts of what she has taught me on Waldorf education with my son and also with the people that I see for consultation. So today we would like to share with you some of our ideas and tips drawing from our experiences in Waldorf education and holistic medicine. So in the first video today, we are going to focus on child development from the perspective of Rudolf Steiner's view of the fourfold human being and the importance of rhythm, both from a Waldorf child development perspective and holistic medicine perspective. So Dr. Gale, why should parents try to understand the fourfold human being, and what is it?
The fourfold human being is the distinction between the physical, the life force, the astral, and the ego parts of the human being. Because it takes a long time for a child to develop, it helps to understand that there is an incarnation process. And this means that the child is only born with the very beginning of a physical body. They then have to develop that physical body, and they also have to develop the parts of themselves that understand language, which is the etheric body, and their feelings, which is the astral body, and what they mean, and eventually who they are in the world, their ego. And this happens in a specific order. And through understanding the process of incarnation, you then have a rule of thumb to determine what activities are appropriate for children at a given age. Because according to Rudolf Steiner, evil is really something out of its time. An example of this is understanding that a teenager who is appropriately developing their astral body would be exploring sexuality, as opposed to an early childhood child where children are exploring their physical body and do not have the emotional aspect of sexuality. The pedagogical rule is that the adult should always teach out of their body that is above the body that the child is developing. So in early childhood, when children are developing their physical body, you teach them out of your life force body, which is the part of you that is connected to the rhythms of the day and the year and connected to nature.
So beautiful. Can you explain this pedagogical rule more deeply, giving examples of how the adult teaches through their body above the child's developmental process?
Well, I would say that it is a well-known thing in childhood that in child development, that toddlers and young children need routine in order to feel safe and relaxed.
I think even adults can use some routine training, and of course I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, of course that's true because adults have a life force body that needs to be healthy. And in the modern world, it's very difficult. We all work too hard and things are unpredictable. So it helps to simplify down to the basics of what is most important in a routine. For example, in one family, the father is unable to come home for dinner during the week. So then you would set aside one evening where he can be there for a weekly family dinner. Another family is able to eat lunch together every day. So it depends on who you are. What matters is the regularity of it and that it is dependable for the child.
Okay, so how then does this routine fit into our understanding of this pedagogical rule?
The life force body of the adult is connected to the rhythm of the sun and the moon and the year the same way that it is in a plant. The forces of light and dark flow regularly from one to the other in a rhythmic way, and this allows the physical body to move between absorbing food and resting and growing. The adult has to set the rhythm for the child so that there is a rhythm for the child's body to rest and digest the activities of the day, so the physical body of the child can grow in a healthy way. If the adult is not connected to the rhythms of the day and the year, then the child will not be either and may develop issues in the growth of their body. Ideally, the adult should already have a healthy life force body out of which to nourish the child, but if they don't, they can work on it. And then after 7 years old, children are formally developing their language skills. So the adult parent or teacher uses their astral body to create imaginative pictures that allow lessons to go deeply in the child. An example might be an emotional story like The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, where there is sadness and you remember the story in a deep way. This develops the child's interest in learning to read the story. And then for a teenager, when they are developing their emotional skills, you teach them out of your experience and ego. For example, you might say, when I was your age, I tried to do X, Y, or Z, and this is what happened. So learn from my personal experience.
It's hard for me to even imagine my 2.5-year-old son as a teenager, but I can tell you the very process of knowing that routine is important for my son's well-being and has pushed me to create a routine in my life. And it's been such a blessing for both of us, and it's healed and continues to heal, because the reality is I'm not perfect, no one is, but we are learning a healthy way of being together as we grow together.
Yes, this is the spiritual journey of parenting. You have an opportunity to heal the child within yourself as you raise your child.
Yes, you do. So now the Virgo in me needs a little bit of practicality. So is rhythm what's important about the teachings of the life force body using Steiner's pedagogical rule that derives from the fourfold human being? Or is it something else that is part of that?
There is more to it. Words and language are part of your etheric body. So the way you speak to your child is really important.
Go on.
It's a little complicated. But the etheric body is responding to the planetary forces and their resonance. And resonance, which is vibration, is sound. So the sound you create as language is a manifestation of your etheric body, and your child's health depends on being formed by the resonance of your voice.
I would love to add how precious this is, not only for the child, but for our own healing. I mean, I think of singing and I think of Chinese medicine and the spleen being activated and healed by the resonance of singing. Even deeper, in Chinese medicine's babies and infants are considered to be born in the earth element. So it is their spleen that must be rejuvenated and made healthy, and that is done by the simple act of singing. And to get even more esoteric, if we look at the throat anatomically, it actually looks very much like the birth canal, which is so symbolic of the birth of the child through the voice of the mother.
Well put. And practically speaking, this is why early childhood parents need to learn nursery rhymes and lullabies and lap play songs with which to engage their children in a healthy way. Sometimes this comes easily, and sometimes you have to work at training your ear and developing your articulation.
You know, I'd love to give an example of a woman that consulted with me, and she would tell me, oh, I'm playing my favorite R&B song for the baby because, it's much better than my own voice. And I just sat with that with her, And I explained to her that the reality is that the only voice that her baby needed or wanted to hear was mama's voice. And that was just so important to know. And I'd like to mention a book that I used even during pregnancy by Wilmer Ellersig, Giving Love and Bringing Joy. And this book teaches songs that are sung even by the pregnant mother. So an example would be just singing while you're pregnant and knowing that your voice is being given and heard by your baby just in the womb. And these things are just so special. And I've used this throughout my pregnancy with my son and throughout, just being with him now.
That is wonderful to hear. And I do want to say something about the importance of the syllable for young children that adults often don't quite understand. Adults just don't understand why children get so much pleasure out of repeating a silly word. Like your son right now is repeating the word zombie over and over again and laughing. And it's because he likes the zzz resonance with the zum. And then the b, which is like bee, which makes a resonance. So to him, it's hysterical. Zombie, zombie. So similarly, silly words and nursery rhymes are really important to tickle the delight of the child. An example is, hickety-pickety, my black hen. To an adult, this means nothing, but children love the syllable.
That's so great. And, I'm going to start putting more emphasis on that because you're right. And it's not only a part of using words, but it's fun and it's important and it's play. So I really like it.
Play is engagement. Play is everything.
Play is everything. But going back to using the principle of the pedagogical rule in order to make your home calmer and your child happier, what are the basics here that we have covered?
Okay. First, we discussed the importance of routine, especially around meal times, that there is some sort of a schedule for family meals. And during these family meals, you should try to create a mood of reverence for the family and for the food you are going to eat. So you should light a candle and hold hands for a moment. And if you can, say a verse or a blessing. And then second, we discussed the importance of the resonance of the voice in singing to your child lullabies and fun songs. And third, we discussed the syllable in playing with language with your child. And generally speaking, you want to pay attention to nature during these early childhood years because the life force of nature is what is growing their physical body.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah Gale. And I must ask you, what are some ways throughout the years you have brought attention to nature during these childhood years for your students?
It's a tradition in Waldorf families and schools to have a nature table where you put beautiful things from nature that you find on your walks together. We sometimes call it a seasonal table. And we usually add a candle and a postcard or a picture of something reverent from that season. Like in the fall, we put a picture or postcard of the archangel Michael, who is in all the Abrahamic religions and who rules the fall, as the Michaelmas festival is always in the fall.
Beautiful. Any additional tips that you would give to parents?
I'd just like to say that a mood of gratitude to nature and all her blessings and all that we've been given by God are the most important things from your etheric life force body to wrap around your young child.
That is so sweet. Thank you, Dr. Gale. And I'll end by saying that the moments of holding my boy and daily watching the sunset together from our veranda and singing has brought so much joy and love to my heart. It's the most specialist things that are just simple and special things are what heal our families, create calmer homes, and happier children. Thank you again.
And also, if I may, I would like to express gratitude to my teachers who helped me understand Steiner's intentions for pedagogy in a way that has continued to develop within me, although I completed my teaching certification many years ago. I would like to first thank Magda Lissau, who has passed on, for her many gifts to me. I would also like to thank Barbara Richardson, who changed my life so much with her gifts of eurythmy. And I would like to thank Kim Snydervine, who helped me to understand the importance of the syllable for young children.
We must always thank our teachers. Thank you, everyone. This is Dr. Karina Lopez from Vitalist Healing Traditions. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel right now, where we speak about holistic medicine, ancient diagnostic principles, and praxis to help inspire, heal, and educate families. And if you would like to see us for a consultation, please go to vitalisthealingtraditions.com and make an appointment. And if you would like to see Dr. Hannah Gale, who is also available for appointments, please go to 3hairshealing.com. And please comment below and let us know your thoughts on these pillars for bringing happiness and calm to your family, and any other types of exercises and things that you have done for the betterment of your family. So have a great day, and remember, true healing ignites life.